All right, and we are recording. Hello there. I am Jake,
And I am Nick.
and this is
The Nick
the Jake
and the
movies.
Sounds much dumber out loud.
Yeah, I was like thinking. I was telling someone about it, and I was like, "Is this cool?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's cool. It's good enough."
I don't know how I feel about good enough.
Well, anyways, this is our podcast where we talk about politics and not movies at all.
God, I don't want that parallel universe where I have to talk about politics.
Where we
every
talk
week.
about politics.
Well, that would be smooth because we're pretty much on the same length.
Yes.
There would be no podcast.
There would be no podcast. Let's just leave it at that. All right. So I guess we should just go through who we are. Not who we are, but like what we like in movies when we started like being into movies, cuz I would say both of us are very I hate the term cinephile, but like we do like our movies, don't we?
Oh, yeah, we love our movies.
Yeah. So why don't you start and just talk about like your relationship with movies and all that?
Oh, okay. Well, I really started when I was a kid. I hated movies. I really did. I absolutely hated them. I was just like, I have to sit down for 2 hours and do nothing and be bored by whatever I'm seeing because I hated it. I could not stand them. My dad would be like, "We really have to watch this movie."
And then you watch Star Wars.
No, Star Wars bored the shit out of me too.
Oh wow.
Until I saw Revenge of the Sith.
Right. Okay.
And then I was just like, oh my god.
Okay, we should
'Cause I was
preface
9.
that we're both. I'm 23.
I'm 24. So
Okay, yeah.
I was 9 years old
Okay, yeah.
when I saw Revenge of the Sith, and I was just like in awe. And now I look back at it and I'm like, well, that wasn't great. There's an hour, and then there's a fight scene, and then there's a half hour of nothing, and
But
then
that
there's
fight scene though.
well, that one's not good.
Well,
the one at the end is
the
great.
other
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yes, of course.
The half an hour like fight scene. But no, and no, I hated it. I hated movies so much. And like I hated going to movies that weren't something like that. Absolutely. Right. And then when I got older, it became a nostalgia thing for some reason, which I can't explain because I hated them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would like, as I was a teenager, I'm like, I should go back and watch that. I remember having fond memories.
What was the first movie you watched and you were like, wow, I think movies are like kind of like a thing I should get into and stuff?
Oh, that's well, there was no specific movie. It was more like I would watch a bunch of like interviews with Kevin Smith and Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino and be like, oh God, I could make a movie if I really tried to. Yeah. And then watching like all those people's lowest, like El Mariachi. El Mariachi is a perfect example.
Which we watched.
Yeah, we watched. Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, excellent.
And just from, I'm like, oh my God, I could make one if I really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
It was more of that than anything else, and then it gave me more of an appreciation.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, what's some of your what are your likes and dislikes regarding movies?
Oh, like my favorites. And
yeah, your favorites. Some you've seen that you like didn't gel with.
Oh God. Well, Unforgiven.
Yep.
Is one of the greatest movies ever made because it's just the perfect Western. And Gremlins 2.
Gremlins 2.
That movie, just evil Looney Tunes. That's the best part. Oh my God, that movie's amazing. So, I don't know. Ridiculous shit I usually love.
Right.
And then I hate Bone Tomahawk.
I hate Bone Tomahawk as well. This podcast is a haters of Bone Tomahawk only podcast.
That was the secondary title.
The haters
of
Bone
Tomahawk. The only ones. Because people love that movie.
I know. What the fuck?
But no, well, it's not a bad movie.
I mean, no.
You think it's a bad movie
I don't
because you hate everything in it.
Well, I like the beginning.
And I like Richard Jenkins.
Yes, Richard Jenkins. I like
great.
Dewey.
Dewey? I don't even...
The guy who... I forget his real name, but he played Dewey in Scream.
Oh yeah, he's in that movie for 5 seconds.
Yeah, I like him.
With Captain Spaulding, and they both die, and I was really excited for both of them to be in the movie. And I hated that fucking movie. But that's the thing, is because everyone told us it was great.
Yes.
And it was better than The Hateful Eight.
Mm-hmm.
Because we both fucking love the
It
Hateful
revolutionized Westerns.
Eight. Did it?
Well, that's what people said.
About what? The Hateful Eight?
Bone Tomahawk.
Oh yeah. No. It
They were
how?
like a Western you've never seen before.
Well, that's true, but that's absolutely true. All Westerns I like are slow and almost a little boring. But that movie was too slow and too boring, and then it had an explosion of violence.
Yes.
Which, you know what? Those are all the things I like about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That's what I like about Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight. Well, yeah, but that's not slow, and
it's not. No,
it's slow in a sense.
People could
like,
say it's slow, though. I could see someone criticizing it for being slow.
Yeah, the tension is more in like arguments than it is in like
the dialogue.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather than just trudging through the desert.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Yeah. Oh God, yeah. There were some smart ideas in that movie, but everyone told me like it's the best one you'll ever see, man. And that's not true.
All right. Anything else?
No. What do you got?
So I guess my movies started when, well, I think it started with Disney, obviously, and I just like went on from there. You know, watching all the old Disney cartoons and like having all the music in the car and all that stuff. But then I think it was The Phantom Menace.
Oh my God, no!
Yeah, no, seriously, because there's pictures of me with Anakin Skywalker's helmet that I definitely got for Christmas, and I remember having pod racer figures as a kid. And then after Star Wars, I kind of grew up a little bit, obviously. And I guess I wonder what I never grew up. I guess I wonder what I watched after that. I guess it could be when I started getting like actually into movies. Because when did Marvel start? Marvel was
2008.
2008. So I would have been 12.
Okay.
So I think that was like the next step, because I do remember seeing Iron Man in theaters.
Oh, I didn't.
I think I started seeing the Marvel movies right when they were coming out. Because I remember seeing Avengers in theaters, and that was like crazy. Did you see Avengers in theaters?
I did not, no. I saw Avengers on Netflix like a year later.
Nice.
And here's the thing about that is I saw Iron Man like a year after it came out, and then I didn't see any of the other ones, and then I watched Avengers on Netflix.
Nice.
And I was just like, this is amazing. And then I was disappointed by all the previous movies.
Oh, no.
But like they're still good. I like all of them.
Yeah. So anyways, getting back to the movies, and then I guess from Marvel I kind of went into watching actual movies. You know, as
actual movies.
I hate to say that, but like, let's be real.
They are real movies. They're just so formulaic. It feels more like a week to week cartoon.
As Scorsese said once, it's a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster, but yeah.
No, I started getting into, like you said, Kevin Smith, Quentin Tarantino, all that sort of stuff, and then eventually moving on in my tastes, maturing, and coming to love all kinds of cinema, I guess. And I guess some of my favorites, I actually just recently watched The Lobster again, which cemented itself as definitely in my top 50.
Oh my!
Have you seen that movie?
I refuse.
Oh, what? It's so good.
Is it?
It's hilarious.
Well, that's the thing is I've heard nothing but either great or terrible things, like 1s and 10s.
Mandy.
Yeah, that's true. But people who don't like Mandy are wrong. Like
you're right. But people who don't like The Lobster, in my mind, are wrong, or they just didn't get it.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I mean, like it's really funny in a super dry way. Like someone dies and it's like funny.
Okay. Well, you know, that's fair. Dumb and Dumber does that kind of stuff, though.
Yeah, but it's like way
it's way
more
different,
serious
I was gonna say.
in The Lobster.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's like very dark humor.
It's way dark humor. It's
All
a black comedy. But yeah, no, that's really good. I guess we just spoke about Mandy, and Mandy is definitely one of the favorites as well. Let's see what else I have. Well, I'm thinking of my letterbox now. I have Inside Llewyn Davis, The Lighthouse, Twin Peaks: The Return, you know, the 18-hour movie.
Yeah, I guess. No, that's so... I hate that it's on there.
And Blade Runner 2049.
It's
that's
not
like
a movie.
It's cinema.
Yeah, all right. No, it's not. It's so episodic and it's cinematic in a very like lead on to an episodic way.
Yes.
But I wouldn't say Stranger Things is like an 8-hour movie.
You could say that.
I wouldn't.
Well, you
and I just
I'm sure
didn't.
people would.
And now I refuse to. Yeah, I'm sure some people, but I don't know, because it feels like episodes. It doesn't feel like the next part is would be the next scene in a movie.
Sure.
I mean, some do. Like they release the first 2 episodes at the same time as like one big movie.
Yeah.
That worked.
And the pilot of Twin Peaks, you could say, is a movie.
Yeah, it's long enough for it. Yeah, you could watch it on its own, I think.
Well, also the European cut that just...
Oh, where they just find them
it just,
and just wraps it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that.
Yeah, I've never seen it, and I don't want to.
You still need to see The Missing Pieces.
I know.
Yeah.
I do.
Which is not...
We are big Lynch fans, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we're massive Lynch fans. You more. It's funny, because I've seen more, but you are...
I think I like it more.
Yeah, much more.
Well, what else have you seen that I haven't seen at this point? Inland Empire.
Inland Empire. Dune.
Dune. I haven't seen Dune. Yeah, need to see Dune.
Inland Empire, Dune. The Missing Pieces.
Yeah, but that's just like Fire Walk with Me.
Yeah, but it's an hour and a half.
It's a bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, a bit. That movie was 3.5 hours long.
Okay, Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me would be 4 hours, right?
Yeah. But that doesn't matter. What was our topic right before that? We've rambled too.
We were just talking about movies.
Okay.
I don't even think we were really going on.
I was saying how The Return
is not a movie.
It's not a movie.
Yeah.
It's too episodic.
I mean, like, I agree with you. I just, because it's on Letterboxd, I put it on my favorites because it's like, fuck it. That's like one of my favorite creations of media ever to exist.
Well, no, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna boycott. I'm gonna boycott that. I refuse,
Boo,
even though I
Letterboxd,
love. I love that series, but I refuse. I would give the original Twin Peaks a bad review, though.
Well, let's be real, okay?
Well, people who watched it when they were our age in the 90s would say that The Return is awful, and that is...
Yeah, I know. I don't get that.
I don't either. Well, yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. It's weird. It's so weird. Like,
it's Lynch.
It is David Lynch. And David Lynch is interesting.
I mean, yeah, it's not a soap opera.
Or like, when's the last time you and all of your friends went to go see a David Lynch movie in theaters?
Never.
Exactly. Like, that's not something... If you got the chance to go to the premiere, you'd bring me. Like,
yes, we would go and no one else would
exactly.
in our friend group.
Like, nobody would want to go.
Guys, they just released a new Lynch movie. It's 3 hours and it's brooding and miserable. Do you want to go see it?
Yeah, Laura Dern's face gets all twisted. I don't even know why. They don't tell you.
He just likes stories.
I hate that so much. Oh my God. I've said forever that, like, I imagine if I ever figured out Twin Peaks the exact way that David Lynch had, like, has it in his head, and I put that out there, I would come home one day.
I know where you're going with this.
And there he'd be with a gun on my kitchen table.
Sit down, Nick.
We need to talk, buddy.
Did you see his weather report?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen the short film he made either for Netflix.
Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. His weather report begins with him going like, "Today is," and then he turns away and he's like, "What fucking day is it?"
Is that it?
No, he's like, "It's cloudy and sunny in Los Angeles, 73 degrees. Thank you." It's like 30 seconds long. It's amazing.
He's giving a legitimate weather report.
But like from a person, not like knowing what's gonna happen.
Okay.
He's just like, "Yeah, it's this out.
This is
all right,
what
see
it
you
is
later."
right now. I love that. Okay. Oh my God, David Lynch. Doesn't he interview a monkey?
Yes, that's what. I forget what it's called. Honestly, something about Jack.
Yeah, like what Jack did, or
something like that.
Oh,
no, he interviews a monkey, and the monkey is played by himself, even though he talks.
What? The monkey talks?
Yes.
It's voiced by David Lynch?
I mean, probably. It doesn't say it is, but...
Oh, my God. I'm going to watch that later. That's going to be our main topic for the next week's podcast.
Yeah, okay. I'd love to talk about that. It's funny. I mean, I don't think anyone else would think it's funny, but we would think it's funny.
It was popular. Like, when it dropped, like, I just never got around to it.
Yeah. I guess we should talk about our weeks and what we've been watching.
Okay.
You go first. I just went.
I watched Birds of Prey.
Right? Yeah.
Yep. And I loved it.
You loved it?
Yeah, I really... Well, no, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Okay.
I shouldn't say I loved it. But no, the action sequences were incredible. And what I loved the most was finding out that it was R-rated halfway through.
You didn't know it was already?
I had no clue. I thought it was
wow.
PG-13.
That would be a good experience.
And then suddenly Harley Quinn is high as fuck and just beating the crap out of people.
Wait, like stoned?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
that's
not like on cocaine.
Oh,
You
no
don't- you
way.
I'm not sure if it was coke or heroin, but like she's behind a bunch of bags and people are shooting at her.
Uh-huh.
And it goes in the air and you hear her
Oh,
just
it's like
sniff.
dust?
Yeah, you hear her sniff hard. And then her eyes go fucking deep red, and she just brings out her baseball bat and takes care of the 3-armed goons.
Is it really gory?
Bits, not enough.
Bits. Okay.
There are some great moments. I think I forget the actress's name, but she plays the Huntress.
Is that the one who played Ramona Flowers?
Yes.
Oh, what's her name? Mary Elizabeth Winstead?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
I got it.
I'm glad you thought of that because my only alternative was Live Free or Die Hard.
I was also thinking of the Thing remake.
Is she in that?
She's in that. Yeah,
Okay.
she's the main character.
I didn't know that. No, she's great as the Huntress. She's like the best part. There's a running joke, like that. Nobody knows her name. So they
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they just call her Crossbow Guy
Crossbow Guy?
because nobody has seen them.
Oh,
But they just come
don't
across
know.
like scenes that they
Okay.
left, and like the main person. We should say spoilers, but
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
that's true. Yeah,
I mean, I don't really care.
that's a good point.
We
yeah.
could say spoilers, I guess. Maybe we shouldn't.
No, just talk about it.
Nah.
Well, they come across, and I'm not gonna. It's not too many details.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
every time they come across one of the things that she's done, her main target has a crossbow bolt in their neck.
Okay.
So that's how she always does it, and which comes to a great Ewan McGregor joke later, where he's just
Who plays Black Mask, right?
Yeah, Black Mask.
Okay.
Although that amounts to almost nothing.
Really?
It
That's
does-
sad,
Well,
man.
it's bad storytelling, but it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Because everything's heated up, and maybe I just missed it,
Mhm.
but he just puts on the mask for no reason at the end. Like there's a dramatic moment of him
Oh,
putting
that's
it
it?
on. Yeah. And like that was it. And he's fearsome.
Yeah.
He looks fearsome, and he does the part role when he's got the mask on.
He's doing like a southern accent, right?
No.
Oh.
He is a very he is very American accent. I loved it because
Okay.
it was a very flamboyant supervillain,
Right.
and he was
Okay.
fantastic. Like it's hinted that him and Victor Zsasz were a couple,
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a couple?
like couple.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, like at least to some degree, like they had a very interesting emotional connection.
Yeah.
Throughout the movie. And I love that. I thought that was great. But no, it leads to a great joke where he's screaming about, like, she's killing people I own. Like, why don't I own Crossbow Guy? I like crossbows. It's great. And
That's pretty good.
it's a very fun, yeah. I'd recommend it on the action sequences alone.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess my week, like I was saying before, I watched The Lobster again. Excellent movie. I love, I hope I get his name right. Yorgos Lanthimos. I'm pretty sure that's the director. Started off with Dogtooth, which I believe, I think that was like late 2010s.
Okay.
It might be 2010, 2011, 2009. But I believe he won the foreign Oscar for that, foreign Best Picture
Okay.
for that movie. And I saw it. It's really good. I remember seeing it when it came out. But then he followed that up. I'm pretty sure his first American release was The Lobster.
Okay.
And since I believe I've seen all of his American movies, well, not English-speaking movies,
Mhm.
The Lobster, Killing of a Sacred Deer, and
He made that?
He made that, yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen that.
And The Favorite, which won Olivia Colman the Best Actress
I
Oscar.
have not seen any of this guy's movies.
He is a very darkly comedic director and writer.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, Lobster basically is about this weird this weird dystopian future where everything is normal except if you are single, you are sent to a hotel to find a mate in 45 days or less, or you'll be turned into an animal of your choosing.
And he chooses the lobster, right?
He chooses to be a lobster. Well, that's what they ask you when you first get there. They're like, so what do you want to be? And he chooses a lobster because I believe he says they live for 100 years. they have blue blood like aristocrats, and they mate. They're fertile for life. Those are his reasons that he gives.
That's bizarre.
It is, and all of his movies are bizarre. I've heard his movies be described as third graders performing a serious play, because everyone talks like they like are reading off a sheet of paper.
I hate that because I think David Lynch would actually do it.
He probably loves them. Well, I mean, I don't know. Who
No,
knows?
I mean, I think he would legitimately make a serious play with third graders.
And make them be like, you fucking whore. Like, you took my girl. Well, what does he talk about? Drugs and, like, women? Violence against women?
Okay, imagine Lost Highway, but played by 10-year-olds.
I would love that.
I would not. That would be horrific.
Well, except all, like, the explicit scenes.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't...
Of course.
Yeah. But, like, I think that Robert Blake performance where he's just like, I'm in your home right now.
Right,
he's
yes.
talking to
The
him.
weird guy with the
If
thumb,
that was
yeah.
played by, like, a 7-year-old, that would be
with, like, old makeup on.
that would
or,
be
like,
horrific. Yeah,
right?
all the white makeup,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the paper white.
That'd be so funny.
Oh, my God. And the slick back hair is just like, I'm in your house right now. I would be horrified.
That'd be crazy, man.
I don't want to do it.
I love it.
I hate
Let's
this
start a
idea.
Kickstarter to make this.
Lost Highway.
But yeah, anyways, The Lobster is great. Very darkly comedic movie. Then The Killing of a Sacred Deer is it's a love letter to Kubrick, because every shot's a wide angle shot of people just like doing stuff and talking, very like serious, deadpan monotone, deadly serious. That movie is like not funny unless in the sense that you like are like, this is so awful that it's kind of funny.
Okay.
And I guess I'll go into details of what it's about. Basically this surgeon played by Colin Farrell again. He's just like a dude who works. He's like Yorgos is a guy who works with actors a lot. Like he works with Olivia Colman a lot. He works with Colin Farrell a lot. And in this movie, he plays a surgeon who takes a young boy under his wing whose dad died during a surgery he performed like 3 or 4 years ago. And the kid starts being like really weird and getting close to the family. And then all of a sudden his Colin Farrell's son's legs stop working. And he's like just confused as to what's going on. The boy calls him up, and basically he put a hex on the family that all of his family members will lose ability to move their limbs. They will not have the will to eat anymore, and then they will bleed from their eyes and they will die. Or he can choose to kill one of his family members like he killed the boy's father.
Oh.
Yes. Fantastic movie, but it made me miserable throughout it.
Oh, good.
It's probably like one of the best looking movies I've ever seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
I very highly recommend it. Other than that, I watched The Lighthouse again. I could sing The Lighthouse's praises all my life.
Yeah, Lighthouse is fine. I don't dislike that movie. It's not. I don't know. I want to rewatch it because that's the kind of thing I think I would have a completely different idea of if I watched it twice.
I watched it twice in 2 days
last
week.
Yeah, no.
It was great.
I'm not doing that. I'll watch it another time, sometime in the future. But
Sure, yeah. I'll make you watch it eventually.
Fair enough. No, I don't know, man. It's just, it was so much like masturbation.
Yes.
it was so much just
Robert Pattinson's ass.
Exactly, just a guy in a
shit and piss.
Exactly, a guy that I can summarize that movie almost entirely with just the scene where it's him being poured on and he's hiding in a shed.
Yes.
And like it's just ripping through the shed. The water is like dripping everywhere. So he is still soaked and he is furiously masturbating to a sculpture of a mermaid.
Yes.
That's the entire movie.
Well, yes.
that's the entire movie. And I get all the symbolism and I get what it's supposed to be. But God damn it, that's the entire movie.
I love it. Robert Pattinson is so miserable and goes insane, and it's amazing.
I do love the backstory to
His character?
Yes.
Yeah.
But like just while they were filming, the director, I forget his name.
Robert Eggers.
Oh yeah. Basically Robert Pattinson was like, "Hey, what's going on here? Is there really an octopus? Is there what is this? Is the light actually like alluring?"
Yes.
Kind of thing. And Robert Eggers was just like, "Whatever you want."
Mm-hmm.
and he was just like, "That gives me nothing."
I respect that. That's cool. And Robert Pattinson is like amazing in the movie.
He is.
But Willem Dafoe is even better.
Willem Dafoe
and
is
it's a
the best
crime
part.
he was not nominated for supporting actor.
Yeah. Oh, you think so?
100%. Take off Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
That was my out of the 5 of them. Joe Pesci fucking rules in The Irishman.
Fair.
But take out Al Pacino. I mean, he was fine.
Who else was nominated? You don't know.
Damned if I know.
Okay, fair enough. Because Laura Dern was for Best Supporting Actress. No,
right, and she won. That was her first Oscar, I'm pretty sure.
That's fantastic. I had no idea. No, Al Pacino, I can't say I didn't like his performance in that movie because
he was good. Don't get me wrong.
There are some like really musical moments in his voice, and nobody can say motherfucker like Al Pacino. Like me and my coworker will just walk around like if nobody's around, we'll be like, "You stupid motherfucker," to each other, and we have horrible Al Pacino impressions. No, that it's great, and Joe Pesci was good. I liked seeing them like age up, but the problem was they're already 80 years old.
Yeah, but Joe Pesci for me was a standout of that movie.
Yeah, I you know what, I could agree with that. I like that a lot.
Here's the actors in a supporting role: Tom Hanks, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, portraying Mr. Rogers.
Okay.
Anthony Hopkins, The Two Popes, portraying the Pope. I don't know which one.
I can't name them. So
Pope Francis. That's all I got. Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, and then Brad Pitt, who won for Once Upon a Time.
Oh, he deserved that, I think. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't take that away from Brad.
Yeah, no,
and
that
I haven't
was great.
seen The Two Popes, so I can't comment on that.
Did you ever rewatch?
I didn't see the Tom Hanks one.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I have not yet. No.
Okay. No, I've seen it maybe 3 or 4 times.
Which we watched together for the first time.
Yeah. Oh my God, I loved your reactions throughout that movie. God, I've never seen so much disappointment in someone's face while they were watching something like in the theater. And it would come close with Zach and our friend Zach, and when we went to see the second Godzilla movie.
I was also extremely disappointed by that movie.
He fell asleep.
I don't blame him.
I love that. I like because I saw him fight it. I saw him nod off and then like come back and then
the
finally
eyes rolling back.
Yeah, exactly, just finally out. And I was just like, God, I wish I could do that.
Right now.
like yeah. Well, I was watching Godzilla. Oh, dude, I hated that. I hated that whole experience.
You didn't like the movie either, right?
I hated the second Godzilla.
Yeah,
yeah,
it wasn't
absolutely.
Good.
But
I was not happy about that movie
I
because I liked the first one.
It was good. I like Gareth Edwards is a good director.
I agree.
And but no, what I did like was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So I think
I ended up liking it.
Yeah, you loved the ending.
Yeah, because it just went full crazy, and I was like, okay, this is what I expected.
I actually think that the ending is my least favorite part of that movie.
That's fair.
You know, and it's just because he's so great with so much dialogue throughout the entire movie. Yeah, and then it's just almost, and it's not bad. Like I think I was waiting for like little explosions of Tarantino violence everywhere.
Sure, and we got that from some moments.
Yeah, like the Bruce Lee fight.
When Brad Pitt goes to the commune.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. And then it just felt like it could have been smaller, and it would have been just as good. Like that big.
Shorter, or what do you mean?
It went too all out with the like incredible violence at the end.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
I'm back and forth with the whole flamethrower part. Because
now we're just who cares? We'll
this movie's been out for almost a year now,
and it's Tarantino. So anyone who cares will see it.
Yeah, exactly. People have already seen it if they're going to. But yeah, with the flamethrower, I hated that it was there. Like I didn't like that that solved the problem in the end.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do love is that it makes complete sense that character would think, I know what to do right now. And he gets a flamethrower.
Oh, yeah, he was like half drunk. Too.
Exactly, yeah. He's like, I know how to fix this problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hate that it worked. Like, I love
Yeah.
that he thought about doing it, but
I mean, on rewatch, knowing like my expectations
Mhm.
for the movie now, I might appreciate it more. But I was just like, I guess I was thrown off by the weird pacing and like kind of it doing nothing for a little bit.
I wouldn't say it's weird pacing. But like, I get not liking it because it is real slow.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it in itself is an homage to all those older movies that it references.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
like The Great Escape, where they even have like that segment from
Mhm.
The Great Escape in there.
And you've seen more older movies than I have.
Well, in fact, that movie inspired me to go watch The Great Escape because I had never seen it before.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Did you
but-
watch it?
Yeah. Oh, I loved it.
What'd you think?
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I want to and I don't get that because I hate the original Magnificent Seven.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's the same director.
Yeah.
And he knocked it out of the park with The Great Escape, and he
Uh-huh.
has most of the same cast in the Magnificent Seven,
Mm-hmm.
and he has a great story to pull from for the Magnificent Seven, and it's just I hate it. It's
Really?
so
The first Magnificent Seven?
It's just it's
I
so
liked
boring, and I hate Chico.
Well, Chico.
Chico was annoying, and he was just so frustrating. And they took two good characters from the previous thing that they took it from,
Uh huh.
and merged them together,
Yeah.
but still had 7 characters. So it's ridiculous, and I don't like that movie at all.
All right, we're rambling. I guess we should get on to our next topic, which is pop culture news. And today is, let's see, let me look at my phone. Today is Friday, May 22nd, 2020. Still in the midst of the pandemic of COVID-19. And we just had another.
You did sneak in politics on me. I wasn't expecting.
What are you talking about? It's not politics to say we're in a pandemic.
I don't know. That's a little too political.
There's a disease out there. Shut the fuck up, stupid lib.
Well, now I'm depressed.
Well, okay. That being said, there was another terrible news that just came out.
Oh no. You had me really worried until I realized what you were gonna do.
The Snyder Cut is coming, guys.
Don't do that to me again. I was like, God, no, what happened? Did World War III start?
This is terrible news. No, I mean, kidding aside, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
I cannot wait.
Yeah, okay.
I absolutely cannot wait to see it because the shady stuff behind that. Like, apparently they were firing him anyway.
Okay.
But,
Really? I didn't know that.
it's just things that people have said offhanded, and there's no way to truly know because none of us were there. But yeah, apparently it might have been on the way already.
Okay, yeah.
And he dropped out for personal reasons anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and so many reshoots were done. And in truth, I shouldn't want to see this movie at all. I think it's more the fact that there are people who really loved Man of Steel and Batman v Superman.
There are people, yes, that do love those movies.
And the Justice League we got is almost like spitting in their face.
So recently I've been watching Red Letter Media's Half in the Bag reviews.
Mhm.
Just casually, there's nothing else to do, so I just put on the playlist chronological order. And I recently got to the Justice League review. And it's so funny because the entire time, first of all, both Jay and Rich are like, this is terrible.
Mhm.
And then Mike is like, guys, I love this movie.
I love that, yeah.
Which is hilarious. But then they're like, Jay says, and now they're trying to make it like Marvel. So what are the fanboys thinking? Their heads are just going to explode.
Mhm.
And that's kind of how I felt about it. I was like, because I watched it with you for the first time. And I remember there were moments that were fine, that I didn't hate, but then there's moments where I'm just like, what is going on, man? This is not fun.
There's more bad than good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I don't want to say it's bad, but it's pretty bad. It's not good.
I would say it's bad. I
I
mean, I'm not saying it's terrible, but I'd say it's bad.
No, I would go, it's so generic that I would say it's terrible. It's so in the middle
Well,
I would rather watch something that is terrible.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. I think the best part of that movie is when they resurrect Superman and they kind of like tussle a little bit.
Yeah.
That's probably
that's
like
great.
the coolest part.
But it looks awful because it was supposed to be in
Yeah.
a different color palette.
Yeah, and their costumes just look silly without the Snyder weird color palette effect going on.
It's almost as if you make a costume to look good in dark lighting, and then you don't have dark lighting, it's not going to look good.
Weird. Never heard of that one.
And I don't know. I'm excited though because isn't it like 4 hours long?
Well, okay. So I've heard it's either going to be a 4 hour long, almost 4 hour long, like 3 hours, maybe like 45, 50 minutes.
Okay.
Or they're going to split it into a 6-part miniseries.
I hate that idea. That's a spit in the face to the fans. You know that thing?
Well, it's Zack Snyder's vision, isn't it? So like
Not
whatever
in
he
6
does.
parts though. I don't
A
think
6-part
he's gonna wanna do
miniseries,
that.
so that'd mean it'd probably be like 30-minute to 40-minute parts.
But it's like, okay, so if they split it up into 6 parts,
Mhm.
it's going to be on HBO Max, right?
Yes, it'll be on HBO Max.
So
2021, I'm pretty sure.
So that means they're going to split it up over 6 weeks probably.
Maybe. Oh, I didn't even consider that.
And that means they're going to make people pay 6 times more.
Well, that's actually true because a month membership, they're going to buy a month membership and then they're going to have to pay for another one because it'll be you only get 4 episodes in the month.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
didn't
true.
even- I
I
didn't
was
even
thinking
think
by
about
monthly for a minute by accident. But yeah, you'd have to pay for more than
Could
just
you
one
imagine
month.
if they did it monthly?
Oh, my God,
That'd be
no.
hilarious.
Well, that's the thing is, like, you know that thing that all of you have been petitioning for 2 years?
Give us $90
Exactly.
and then you
Just-
can watch it.
Oh, my God. Like, yeah, exactly. That thing that you should have had to pay $20 for.
Uh-huh.
You're going to have to pay more for. I don't know. I hate Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, I don't. I mean, unless they want to sponsor us, in which case.
We're already shilling for sponsors on our first episode?
I mean, if they don't know, they'll never ask.
You're right. We should contact them immediately. No, but yeah, so you're excited for it.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Well, when I first heard about it, I don't think I was disappointed. I think
That would be awful. Oh, God, they finally get it.
well, okay, so my thing is that like I don't care about these movies.
Okay.
There are people on Twitter with Zack Snyder profile pictures that say in their bio, #1 Zack Snyder fan. # release the Snyder
Well,
Cut.
they can't all be #1.
They cannot.
We,
Well,
we should have them fight for dominance.
it's the Justice League of Zack Snyder fans. But who have been tweeting relentlessly for what is it, like a year and a half now?
Yeah, it's been a while, yeah.
That they need to release the Snyder Cut. The version they got is terrible, and the version that they're gonna get, which is the Snyder Cut, is the next Citizen Kane. Like it's gonna revolutionize movies. It's gonna go from a 3 out of 10 to a 15 out of 10. You know, and now they're finally getting it, and they're like creaming their jeans over the idea of this movie, which is gonna come out and in my mind probably not improve that much. I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. We'll probably watch it.
Yeah. I think it'll be more interesting, absolutely.
We'll probably record a commentary track for it if we're being totally honest.
I'd love that. Yeah. Oh, God. I don't know. Sitting around for 3 hours and 45 minutes over a movie I might not like.
Yes. Well, that's what's going to be
the
fun about
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just to see my groans and just like, oh, even though I want to see it.
And me just being like, I hate this.
That's why, oh, God, I can't wait for us to talk about, like, certain Star Wars movies.
Ooh.
Because
That's a fun topic to get up.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, people are going to hate it.
Our thoughts will
Emerge.
be a disturbance in the Force. But yeah, no. I think I've heard a lot of tweets about people being like, "Oh, the precedent this sets is terrible. That fanboys can petition for something and they'll just get whatever they want." And I kind of get where they're coming from, but at the same time, I think it's kind of, I guess ignorant would be kind of the word. I don't think that's the right word, but I think it is kind of a thing where it's like if fans really want it and they're getting it, I guess good for them. Because who am I to say I'm not a fan? I've never been a fan of these movies.
other people are.
Other people are, and it's like their life, and it's not mine. And
Yeah.
I remember when we first, just a couple days ago when we first got it posted in the group chat, I immediately thumbs it down and said sigh.
And yeah, no, I was all for it. I was like, yeah. Well, this isn't the first time Warner Brothers has done this with a
Right.
DC property.
I mean, yeah. Well, even that, just look at any director's cut that comes out.
Oh, of course. Well, that's the thing. You know about Superman 2?
No.
Okay, so like the Christopher Reeves ones, going back away 70s, I think,
Mm-hmm.
made by Dick Donner, who made The Goonies and
Love
things like
the Goonies.
that. He made the first one, really popular. He was making the second one, and they hated where he was going with it.
Yeah.
So they fired him and brought a new guy in to reshoot half the movie.
Superman 2?
Superman 2, yeah.
Is that the one at the end where the guy is trapped in the glass?
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, I believe it is. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So literally 20 or 30 years it took to release the Dick Donner cut of that movie.
Right.
They only did it, like, they came back and they, like, digitally did some stuff so it was actually finished.
Mm-hmm.
And they did it for, like, the release of Superman Returns. Because Superman Returns only works, like, with certain narrative things, with the Dick Donner cut.
Wait, Superman Returns? Like
Yeah,
the
2006,
Brandon Routh one?
Brandon Routh one.
Wow.
That's when they released
wow.
the Dick Donner cut of Superman 2.
Wow. I remember seeing that movie when it first came out.
So this isn't the first time that they've done that just to make money. You know? Like, and it's both a DC-related property.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Those are basically my thoughts on the movie. I don't care.
I'm all in.
I will watch it because I have to.
I can't wait. Yeah, I'm gonna make you. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to see what it is. Even though like most of it has been talked about already. Like a lot of people have come out and said like this is what the first one will look like. But they finished all the special effects.
Okay. Did you also hear about they're giving Zack Snyder $20 million to make this?
See, that's what makes me think that like what I was about to get to. They finished all the special effects. They had 2 years, and he's been championing a lot of things. I think they may have filmed more. Like, to try to, like, kind of end it. Because there's no way he's getting a Justice League 2 and 3.
Yeah, no. It's going to go to someone else if they do even make a Justice League. Do you think that's why, for instance, like Ben Affleck has been petitioning it so hard because they've been secretly filming stuff?
I bet it's not much, and I bet you Ben Affleck is in it very minimally. Like, if they did, like, add
Like
some
new
stuff.
stuff?
But they had 2 years. So there's a good chance. Like that they did, that they added some stuff. And maybe just to make it more of an ending. Because it was supposed to set up a trilogy.
Yeah, how does it end?
How does Justice League end?
Yeah, I forget.
Oh,
I remember Superman punches Steppenwolf and then it ends.
Yeah, that's the ending. Like he punches Steppenwolf. It feels like the one we got does feel like an ending.
Yeah,
because like they were like make it cyclical and like make it end. Like because we don't want to do this shit. We've already fired Zack Snyder.
Yeah,
or gotten rid of him, and so that's how it happened with Justice League. So they just kind of ended it there. But his version was supposed to have Doomsday looking at them through a boom tube. A boom tube. Yeah, it's like that's the thing that like teleported Steppenwolf there to begin with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that weird like
that light thing.
Yeah, that he would walk out of. So he would see them through the boom tube and be like, Earth. That's where we're going next. We're attacking Earth.
Oh, so it'd be like Thanos at the end of the Avengers.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, actually, exactly. But he would see them, and they would see him.
Okay.
So they know he's coming. And what the second one was apparently going to be was because they know he's coming. Like Justice League 2 was going to be entirely in space.
Whoa.
Them leaving and going to Apocalypse.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of cool.
That's the thing is like it has a lot of cool ideas that I want to see. So I don't think that if they did do more, like if they shot more, I don't think it's going to be that. But
who do you think's gonna? Because do you think they're gonna do a Justice League 2 with these characters and these actors?
No. If they do a Justice League 2, it'll have Shazam, because that
Oh,
movie
I
did
see what you're
well
saying.
and things like that. And like if they do another
No
one,
Henry Cavill.
I don't think so. He said he's not necessarily done, but I think he's done.
Poor guy. I like Henry Cavill.
He's looks perfect.
Yeah.
He looks like Superman.
he looks like Superman.
He was up for the part of Edward Cullen in the Twilight.
Ah, that's funny.
Yeah, that was apparently the author's like dream casting was Henry Cavill.
And then I guess using that to transition into our other topic I wanted to bring up was the more DC hate that we're going to spew. Not really. The fanboys freaking out about Robert Pattinson's comments in the new, I guess it's GQ, the article that...
Was it?
I'm pretty sure it was that magazine that printed this article. Basically, they were just interviewing Robert Pattinson, asking him about certain stuff, and then they brought up the Batman, and they asked how his workout routine is going. And he basically ended up saying, nah, I'm not working out. I'm being lazy. I'm not listening to my trainer. I'm ignoring his calls. It's funny. And everyone freaked out.
Oh, yeah. I love how much people are freaking out because he lies in personal interviews all the time.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's great. Well, he said he didn't shower for like months after the release of certain Twilights, so fans wouldn't hug him, and obviously that's not true.
Yeah,
and plus a lot of those people wouldn't have stopped; they would have hugged him anyway.
I think they would have been more inclined to hug him.
Like I don't. Yeah, like he lies all the time in interviews like that. Like he's probably working out anyway, and even if
there's pictures of him out working out, and he's got a good physique going on, basically. Yeah. He looks fit.
And even if he didn't, like, him skinny would still work for a, like, 25-year-old Batman.
I think so as well.
You know?
I think it would be even better if he was, like, kind of scrawny at first. I mean, obviously, in the end, he'd have to, like, kind of put some muscle on.
Yeah.
But, like, in the beginning, if he was just a lanky, annoying rich kid who just does what he wants and then gets his ass kicked, or, like, he realizes that he needs to do something.
Christian Bale was not a large man.
Right, a lot of people have brought this up.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah, because like you look at him in that costume and compare him to like Ben Affleck, Batman, and he's tiny. I mean, I could see them maybe going in a fight because he's probably faster.
Yeah.
But like Christian Bale Batman was really skinny comparatively.
Yeah, I think it was something like he bulked up 20, 25 more pounds of muscle for Dark Knight.
Yeah, but he's tiny, and I don't think that should necessarily be, especially early days. Like, I get it. You want to see the characters in costume, but most of the time, you're not going to see a shirtless scene, and there's going to be padding anyway, and it's not going to matter.
It's going to be year one Batman.
Yeah.
So I don't know why people expect him to be, like, a huge buff dude.
I don't. Do what you want, Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. Shout out to Robert Pattinson. You're a great actor.
I expect to hear back.
Get on the show, please. I'd love to interview you and talk about The Lighthouse.
I wouldn't. I'd only ask him questions about Twilight.
What about Good Time?
Only Twilight. I loved Good Time and I hate Twilight, but I know he'd hate it if that's all I had for him.
We email him being like, yeah, we want to talk about like your really good roles.
Yeah, your best roles. And he's thinking The Lighthouse, and he's thinking Good Time, and I'm just like, so what is it like 10 years later?
When's the reunion?
Is there a fifth movie?
Yeah, I think there was
is
5.
There because they
split the last one up. I don't know, dude.
No,
I've
you're
only
right.
seen the
It was
first
Breaking
one.
Dawn Part 1 and 2.
Yeah,
and I've never seen any of them.
Any other pop culture you want to bring up? I don't really have anything else.
I don't think anything that significant.
No,
happened.
I guess we could talk about the state of movies during the pandemic. How like a bunch of stuff has been like pushed away.
Oh yeah, pushed away and failing.
I'm not really looking. I'm looking forward to some movies. Oh yeah, we should talk about what we're looking forward to this year to come out. I'm really looking forward to, first of all, Spiral. Do you know about this?
Yeah, the new the new Saw movie.
The
right?
new Saw movie, dude. I'm actually kind of a big Saw movie guy.
I love the Saw movies.
Yeah,
they're like each one gets significantly worse, but that's horror movie sequels.
It's great. Yeah.
That's how it all. And you know what? That's not a good precedent to say like
no, but it's Saw. It's like I saw I watched Jigsaw recently, maybe like 2 months ago or something like that, and I saw a bunch of like 1-star reviews or like half-star reviews.
I'm not surprised.
And it's like people just being like, "Oh, nothing happens. It's boring." There's like cop soap opera stuff, and I'm like, I watched it, and I'm like, it's a cop soap opera with torture porn. That's what Saw has always been.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. There's one thing. Well, I love the twist about like they play.
I could take or leave the twist.
They play with time a little bit.
Yeah.
I like that. But there's that one contraption that I'm like, what? How did he die?
The
this
spiral
is the
one?
The spiral one.
Yeah.
How? That's the easiest thing in the world to do. All you had to do was keep your hand
just reach for it.
a little bit still. And then grab it. You're being lowered down.
Well, people have to die in Saw movies. That's why he died.
Yeah, people have to die in any horror movie, but not necessarily in a way that they could easily escape from.
You're right.
That's why I liked the fourth and the fifth one, where there were things that even when you solved them, they wouldn't let you out anyway.
Oh, I don't remember the fourth. See, like they all blur together for me
because
it's all just like same protagonist, basically.
Yeah, well, kinda, because it kind of switches.
Well,
around.
I mean, in the sense that it's like family man, white dad.
Oh yeah, no,
it's
fair
just
enough.
always that dude.
I remember getting really excited when there were. Oh yeah, no, you're completely correct. It's always like the victim is like his daughter is captured or his son
Something
is dead.
Like that,
and
yeah.
No, that's completely true. But I remember getting really excited for it was like Saw 3 or 4.
Yeah.
The commercials for it had like it was like the beginning, and it was the beginning of the movie too. It was out in public.
Right.
Like that was the thing. It was a pendulum or something. I don't quite remember.
Oh, but yeah, and he had to crush his hands.
Yeah, and like it was.
That was like that was 4 or 5.
Like out in public. I thought that was a great idea. Like just to terrify people.
Oh, out in public?
Yeah, there was one that was like there was one in public or it's televised. Was it 7?
Where it's 2 dudes on either side, and it's like a girl who cheated on them.
Oh.
And they have to choose who they're gonna kill, and then they eventually are like, "Wait, why are we doing this to each other? She's the one cheating on us." And they like put it into the middle, and it just goes up and cuts her in half.
Oh boy, that was the public one?
Yeah,
they're
crazy. Like in a glass box, and no one can get to them.
Amazing.
Yeah,
that was much more recent than I thought it was.
It's such a good schlock.
Yeah, I love those movies.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to Spiral, Chris Rock is executive producing it, and he's
that's
starring in
true.
it. Yeah, because he loves the Saw movies, which is amazing.
That's good. That means he's probably gonna try hard.
Yeah, I have hopes for it, and I don't expect much because it's a Saw movie.
It's a Saw movie. Yeah.
If it's cool, then it's cool. If it's not, then I'm like, Saw movie.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the new James Bond as well. I can't wait for that.
Is this going to be Daniel Craig's last one?
He said that a year ago, but he said that about Skyfall as well.
Yeah. I mean, well, now he's got another franchise to look forward to.
Knives
Benoit
Out.
Blanc.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for the next Benoit Blanc
I love
movie.
Knives Out. We both love Knives Out.
Oh, Knives Out is amazing. Yeah, I can't wait for that, but it'll probably be a while. 2022.
Yeah, at the soonest.
Soonest, yeah. And yeah, that'll be his next thing. And he loved playing that character, Benoit Blanc.
He's so good in it.
And he hates playing James Bond.
Which is hilarious.
Well, he doesn't really hate it. He said before, he's like, I've got the greatest job in the world, but it's frustrating.
Yeah, no, that's the same as Chris Evans playing Captain America, that you just have to work out relentlessly, and that must suck. But like at the same time, you're playing an iconic character, so it's cool in that regard, but super physically taxing.
Plus, I think a lot landed on Daniel Craig's shoulders. Like when they made Quantum of Solace, he probably felt really shitty.
Right, yeah.
Because
which isn't a bad movie.
No, it's not. And he and like the director, I believe it was made during the writer's strike. So they made a lot of the stuff up on the day together, Daniel Craig and the director. So the fact that people were like, this is awful, must have really hurt.
Yeah, that stings. I mean, coming off of what was it? The first Casino Royale, which is an amazing movie.
I like Casino Royale a lot. That torture scene is something else.
Yeah, that's not fun to watch.
I didn't expect it at all because the only other James Bond movie I had seen at that point was what was Octopussy.
Yeah, I don't think I've seriously watched another James Bond movie.
Oh God, we're going to.
Other than
we're gonna
like
have
Daniel
to.
Craig and stuff. I mean, like my dad loves it, obviously, but yeah, no, I guess I watch it.
No, I'm gonna make you watch the worst ones.
Ha, perfect.
Yeah.
I'm also really excited for Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah, that was supposed to be out already.
No.
Yeah, it was.
Really?
They pushed it back last November. Around
okay.
November, they were like, we're going to do it at the end, end of next year. But it was supposed to be out in April.
Uh-huh.
And I was so looking forward to it. And we haven't even gotten a trailer yet.
Yeah, no, I don't expect to get one. I feel like it's going to be one of those movies that like puts out a trailer 3 months before it comes out.
That's fair.
And I'm fine with that because I'll go see it no matter what.
I'm definitely going to go see that. And I hope that the reason why they pushed it back so far was to fix it, because I bet you it was going to be another story about a family and not really about the monsters that much.
Oh, and then they saw the criticism from Godzilla 2?
That's why I'm hoping that they switched it around and they're like, monster fights, much more, all the time.
Yeah. Because, like, I don't know. The monster fights in Godzilla King of Monsters was cool. But at the same time...
best part.
Yeah, it was the best part. But at the same time, I was just like, all of this is just not fun.
No, that's it, it wasn't fun at all. It was very bleak.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what Warner Brothers likes to do with all of their like shared universes.
I like that the ending was in Boston and then Fenway was like a site of a monster attack for some reason.
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't remember 95% of that movie.
It was like there was a I'm not even going to go. Why would I even want to talk about
I
this?
remember Mothra glowing a lot, and I remember the I don't remember King Ghidorah or people.
Ghidorah. Don't even try.
Yeah, and like how he had this weird lightning ability. You know what I did like?
Okay.
I liked the fact that like all of the monsters were like Earth's natural protectors, and then the main villain was from a different planet, and he was like a false king.
Ghidorah?
Yeah, I love that.
Right.
I thought that was a good twist.
I don't remember that.
That was the only part of the movie I remember.
I'm also, speaking of Robert Pattinson, really looking forward to Tenet. Have you seen any trailers for this?
I didn't know Robert Pattinson was in that.
He is. He is not the main. I don't think he's the main character. I think that goes to Denzel Washington's son, who was in BlacKkKlansman. You probably know his name. I'm not familiar.
I didn't know that was Denzel Washington's son. But
it is. Isn't that crazy?
And yeah, BlacKkKlansman's great, and he's great in it.
Yeah. But yeah, Tenet, new Christopher Nolan. Have you seen the trailer?
No, I have not. I haven't seen the trailer. I'm probably going to go into that blind.
Weird time stuff.
Oh, again? Well, I guess it wasn't. It's not again.
Inception, I don't think was time stuff.
Dreams.
It was like dream, weird, impossible space stuff. This is like parallel universe time stuff. I could be wrong, but from the trailer, like stuff goes backwards, and like I don't know. They're like secret agents, something like that. It's really cool. It looks awesome.
Christopher Nolan's Men in Black.
Yes.
I'm in. I'd watch that.
Men in Black 4.
I would. Well, no, 5.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was a 4th one.
Well, no, I'm saying it's his 4th.
Oh.
Like, the 4th... never mind. The joke didn't land.
No, one, I've never finished a Men in Black movie.
I think I finished the first one.
And
I don't think I've
I
seen any of the other ones.
I would absolutely finish a Christopher Nolan Men in Black movie.
Yeah.
Because it would be tonally completely off, and I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah. I think Christopher Nolan is hit or miss for me.
Oh, absolutely. I
really like Inception. I really like Batman Begins and Dark Knight. Dark Knight Rises is okay. Interstellar is okay.
Never saw it.
Like, it's cool. It looks cool. There's cool elements, but I think the ending just nosedives. And the stuff that happens, I don't like. I think it's dumb, but people can like it. I don't care.
Inception was fine. A lot of people love it, and I'm lukewarm on it.
I would say it's a 3.5 out of 5, maybe a 3.
I give it a 3. Yeah.
I
hate it. Like it's good, and it can't be perfect because just its whole thing, because of the whole thing about like the music, and that's how they knew to wake up.
Yeah,
things like that. But that should be slower. It should be this droning, and that I think would have worked almost as good, because it would be horrific. Suddenly you'd hear this really slow droning classical music. Yeah. But it's good. I think I was too late to the party, because I saw it like last year.
Oh, really? Yeah, I remember seeing it in theaters.
See, that would be a completely different experience, I think.
I really enjoyed it when I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, people love that movie. People like really, really love that movie. Most of his movies are hit and miss for me though, because I never finished Insomnia.
Yeah, I haven't seen Insomnia. I haven't seen Memento.
Memento I love. Memento I think is a great movie. Joey Pants.
Oh, Joey Pants is in that?
Yeah, Joey Pants is in that, which
Nice.
might actually be.
I guess that's a
a
perfect
good
transition.
segment, yeah.
So I guess our main topic of conversation today that we wanted to get to is recently both of us showed a mutual friend, our buddy Jesse, who had never seen these movies, the Matrix Trilogy. And we sat down. I guess it was across a whole week or so.
It was about a week and a half. Yeah.
A week and a half, and we watched the Matrix Trilogy. So first of all, let's just say our initial thoughts on what we think of the trilogy itself.
Oh, as like one big story.
Yeah.
Boo.
Boo?
Boo. I think boo.
Like throwing tomatoes at the screen, boo?
Yeah, almost. Yeah. It's just as disappointing as watching a movie you heard was pretty good, and then watching the first act, like the first half an hour, and being like, "This is amazing."
Yeah.
And then the rest.
Can't wait to see where this goes.
And the rest is a trash fire. And I don't I can't say I hate those movies.
Yeah.
Because like part of me loves how stupid and schlocky they can be. Like the action sequence in 2 and 3 when they just go nuts and they look like video game action sequences are really creative. But but other than that, no. Overall, I'd say a boo. If I'm gonna give it the overall thing a score out of 10, I'd probably give it a 3 or a 4.
Ooh.
All 3 of them, yeah.
I wouldn't say boo.
Okay.
I would say
Yeah.
which it's better than a boo. The first one, obviously, amazing. It revolutionized the way action movies are done.
I was just reading a little while earlier. Apparently, the opening of the first one, took 60 days to train for, and then 4 days to shoot.
Of Carrie-Anne Moss doing her shit?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
60 days, huh?
60 days to train for, and then 4 days it took them to actually film it.
Wow.
And that whole thing is nuts because that movie shouldn't have been made. And the Wachowskis are really lucky to have careers after the shit they pulled. With the you know the story of that.
Yeah,
right?
they took all the money and made the first 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, they were given $10 million to make the full movie, and they were like, we can't do that. And Warner Brothers was like, yes, you can. And they left, and they made the first 10 minutes of the movie and came back, and they spent all the money. They had to invent technology to make it work, and they came back with what they had, and Warner Brothers was like, fine, here's 90 million more, make the rest.
That's so cool.
It's great, but they're so lucky they weren't ever.
Oh, shit canned immediately?
Immediately. And I'm surprised they haven't been with some of the movies they've made after.
Yeah, I haven't seen Jupiter Ascending.
I'm
afraid to go near it.
Jupiter Ascending. I've heard, what was it? Speed Racer was.
I really want to see Speed Racer. I have an unnatural urge to watch Speed Racer.
Speed Racer sounds awful.
But what if it's amazing?
Why would it be amazing?
I don't know. It looks kind of cool.
That's
the car do flips.
The car do flips. Okay, let's watch Cars.
I watched all the Cars recently.
I would watch Cars.
I watched all the
Speed
Pixar's
Racer.
movies to rank that. Anyways, getting back to the Matrix.
What were we saying exactly?
I was saying that the first one is amazing.
Oh yeah.
The second one, I think, is my least favorite. I think the second one is my least favorite, and then I think I like the third one a bit more because shit is hitting the fan in the third one. Which I appreciate.
I think the third one. Well, I like how chaotic the third one gets.
Yeah.
My problem with that movie is there are characters we don't care about that die, and that's incredibly easily fixable.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have a character you introduced in the last movie, and then like New Mouse, because I never remember
New
his
Mouse,
name.
yes.
He's just the same character as Mouse, but they're like, we killed Mouse, so I guess we'll have a new.
They could have
guy.
just used the same actor, and I wouldn't have noticed.
Exactly. I almost think they are the same actor in disguise. But they're almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
And you replace him with that new character with Mouse again. Say he didn't die. Or the Spoon Kid in the first one.
Oh, okay.
Because that comes up. New Mouse brings Neo a metal spoon to be like, hey, I was told to make that the kid.
Ugh.
Why couldn't that have been the kid? But like at the ending of the third one, when you've got, I think his name was Mifune, was this old grizzled general who hated New Mouse, and they learned to appreciate each other.
The guy who ends up being the guy at the end.
If there was two characters we cared about, that would have been great.
I don't know. I kind of cared about the general.
Why?
What'd he
do?
Because he was yelling
yelling
real hard.
Well,
and he was really fighting.
And I don't know. I think it was so much of that movie where it was like this character I don't know anything about, and him screaming at this kid who I know very little about. It's nothing. I felt nothing.
I would give the overall series, if we're doing overall, I think I'd give it a 5 out of 10.
5?
But like The Matrix on its own,
first one's great.
9 out of 10, easy.
I love it. And me and you were both, I mean, as depicted throughout everything we just recorded, we're big like superhero fans.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And
what's your favorite superhero movie off the top of your head?
Ever?
Yeah, I guess one you could go back to and one you really appreciate. It could be Marvel, whatever. Anything else?
Thor Ragnarok, probably.
Ragnarok, nice.
Yeah, that movie has a special place in my heart. I can relate a lot to like certain things in it. What about you?
I would say for Marvel, probably Guardians.
Okay.
I really like Guardians. But I would say for all time, even though I like don't want the Snyder Cut, I really like Watchmen.
Oh, well, that's different. Those are two completely different movies.
No, I know. And, like, I don't always think Zack Snyder's stuff is terrible. I think it kind of works for Watchmen. I mean, I love the comic of Watchmen.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's an amazing series of comics. And I also love the new Watchmen TV show that came out recently.
That was great.
It was so good. But yeah, I just really love Watchmen, and I appreciate the commentary, and I just love the whole superheroes. Maybe they're not good angle of side. Like that's why
morally
I love
gray superheroes.
that's why I love The Boys as well, which is an amazing TV show.
I never got around to The Boys.
Dude, so good.
I have access to it, and I'll watch it soon. But I think Lobster is going to be on my list first.
Lobster.
I will give it a shot.
The two most separate movies of all, like, well,
those are two. Well, that's
media.
I'm going to watch them both soon.
Yeah.
And I will tell you my opinion of The Lobster next week.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it.
You should watch 20 minutes of The Lobster, then watch an episode of The Boys, then another 20 minutes of The Lobster.
Is The Boys only 20 minutes apiece?
No.
Okay.
The Boys is like 50 minutes.
50 minutes, okay.
I think 8 episodes.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, overall you'd give The Matrix like what, 5?
Overall as a series?
Yeah.
Like a 5 out of 10.
But yeah,
I can't go higher than that.
That's fair though. Like Watchmen is a great movie.
Yeah.
But I understand why people hate it.
Yeah, totally.
It's not. It really wasn't catered to people who didn't like comic books at all.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people who did like comic books didn't like that movie.
Yeah.
So
I wonder what it is that I really like that movie so much. I guess it is just the fact that it is superheroes, but what if they're morally gray?
Yeah, what if they're not that great?
What if they're not that great? I really like that stuff. I love all the Dr. Manhattan stuff. I love the Rorschach stuff.
I like Rorschach a lot, and I love was it Alan Moore who wrote?
That sounds. Yeah, I think
Watchmen?
that's right.
Who
doesn't care about any of them?
No, he doesn't care about any of the movie adaptations of his work, which I love. Just that he just
also he's like a weird wizard now
I
who lives in like the countryside of England.
Yeah, and he talks about because people love the character of Rorschach too much.
Yes, too much. I agree.
And I love what he said about that. How like people will come up to him and be like, "Rorschach's my favorite character of yours. That's my story." And he's like, "Get away from me." Like he's like, you don't understand the point of that character.
Yes, it's like Joker.
Yeah, exactly. People who are like, I understand the Joker.
Yeah.
Did
you see that Joker? Did you see that
story.
Joker review that was like on Letterboxd? It said 4 stars, and the review is just, "This happened to my friend Ralph."
That whole thing, huh?
It's just that sentence. And
My
it's 4 stars.
That is amazing. I had no clue. Oh, poor Ralph.
I know. Like, but what does he mean?
I don't know. I assume the whole thing happened in the 80s.
He went on a talk show.
I hope it happened in the 80s because a lot of that stuff could have been fixable with a cell phone.
But yeah, I don't know. What were we talking
We
about?
were actually talking about the Matrix, and we got off to that
We did
eventually.
get
Yeah.
off track. But yeah, the Matrix. I guess we could talk about its cultural relevancy.
Well, I was gonna say that what brought us on that tangent was I was gonna say we both love
Superhero movies,
stuff,
right? Yeah.
and that movie has so many shades of Superman.
Yeah, it
And
does.
that's the point. Like even at the end, he's right before he blasts off into the air. He's on a in a phone booth.
Yeah. Right,
Which,
yeah.
Superman's famous for changing his clothes into his Superman outfit in a phone booth. And, obviously paralleled. And I think they've said at one point that the whole, the reason why The Matrix, why they made it, was they wanted to tell a superhero story as realistically as possible.
Yeah.
Which I think is ridiculous, because nothing about that movie is realistic whatsoever. At all.
Yeah.
Wait, because we blocked out the sun, and don't get me wrong, I love that first movie. I think the first Matrix movie is great, but humans blocked out the sun to stop the robots.
Yeah,
because they were powered by the sun.
Yes. Okay.
But we get more benefits from the sun than they do.
Yeah. All our agriculture.
Everything.
Yeah.
We
everything.
need the sun much more than they do. And that
human arrogance.
Exactly, but not because I don't think they're people are stupid.
Well, I mean, it could kind of be like a class thing where it's like the rich and the elite know that what they're going to do is going to be a terrible thing, but they don't care because they could probably have bunkers and shit.
I guess they did.
Which they did, and then just basically screwed everyone else.
Yeah. No,
wow, maybe the Matrix is Joker.
The story of the Matrix happened to my friend Ralph. It was crazy.
4 stars.
Oh God, I want to do that with something now. I don't know what. Eraserhead. This happened to my friend Jake.
Oh God, that'd be terrible.
It was crazy, man.
I'm trying to think of other movies that'd be good for that. The Lobster.
The Lobster.
This happened to my friend Joey.
That's
But yeah, do you have any more thoughts about The Matrix?
Oh God, I have too many thoughts about The Matrix.
All right, yeah.
All the time. Because the whole thing is, he's the one because he was chosen to be the one by the machines.
Yeah.
That is he is born within the Matrix, and I don't even know if that part is true or they just assign him because that's what Morpheus believes, and a lot of what Morpheus believes isn't true.
Yeah.
Other than
which I like that stuff.
Yeah, I love that as well, and but I don't. The fact that he is the one should also mean, to some extent, that they should be able to deactivate him, I think.
Oh, just like the robots just turn him off?
You'd think that if there is something like that can control machines, can control your machines outside of it, which he can in Matrix 2, and it's dumb.
Yeah.
And, you'd think that they'd have a fail-safe.
Right.
For that. Okay, well, he can actually do damage to us.
Mm-hmm.
And, we know he could do damage to us. He shouldn't. You'd think they'd be able to stop him. Because eventually they do get what they want. The whole thing is the cycle, and, they don't say it well enough in the second movie. It's so muddled, I think, when the architect is just talking to him about, saying, this has all happened before. There's been a million of you. This is a whole thing just to restart everything. And the whole idea is Zion is still wiped out. At the end of each cycle, but keeping enough people to repopulate because they need
what is it, every 100 years or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because they need more people to exist so they can have themselves.
Yes,
so they can have more batteries and such, human batteries. But yeah, that whole thing. I lost track of what I was saying. Oh yeah, because at the end they don't kill them all. They don't kill, as many as they usually would. But it's not a victory for the people because the Chosen One has gone back into the Matrix, which was what they needed him to do anyway.
Right.
and they still wiped out a bunch of Zion. So the machines won to some extent.
No, totally. The machines definitely won.
And everyone like is cheering, and like at the end I'm like, that's what makes Matrix 4 make sense. The fact that it hasn't ended at all.
Yeah. I mean, I guess in my mind what they needed more in the Matrix was more dance scenes.
I'm done. I'm going on.
All right, and with that, we come to our next segment that we're calling A Fistful of Thoughts. And do you want to explain what this is about, Nick?
Wasn't that supposed to be like one of us talks about?
Okay,
movie?
I'll explain it.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it was supposed to be.
Basically, we're going to bring up a movie that we recently watched that we have gripes over, and that we watched knowing like, oh, this might be good, and we just did not like it, but people do like it a lot.
Okay.
And I had a movie in mind. Do you have one in mind?
A movie that people do like. You go first, I think.
Okay. So, since being in quarantine, there's not much to do besides play video games, watch movies. So I was like, okay, I'll go through my watch list on Letterboxd, and there should be like a dinger every time I say Letterboxd. And just check out movies I can watch and like see if they're like on Netflix or whatever. And I came across A Ghost Story.
Oh, I've heard of this. Yeah.
And are you familiar with what it's about?
I'm assuming it's about a ghost story.
Kind of, yeah. Basically, it's filmed in 4:3.
Oh, fantastic!
With vignettes, so it's like a picture.
Is that something you don't like about it?
No, I mean, it might come off a little like pretentious at first, but like I'm cool with it. Like one of my favorite movies is Lighthouse, which is literally a square.
Yeah.
So I wasn't and it's in black and white. So I wasn't put off by the aspect ratio, but I was really interested because it's like not really about like a ghost, ooh, like spooky. It's more so about this isn't a spoiler. This is the movie. Rooney Mara and Casey Affleck play a couple, and it kind of seems like Rocky. They kind of seem distant from each other, but one day
I thought you meant like the movie Rocky. You instantly had my attention.
And Casey Affleck gets in a car crash, and he dies. And Rooney Mara goes to see the body, confirms he's dead. She walks out of the room, and Casey Affleck then gets up underneath a sheet, and it's like a little kid costume of just like a bed sheet with eyes cut out. And he plays a ghost, and he just stands around for about an hour and 40 minutes.
Does anyone see this ghost?
No, because he's a ghost. Actually, well, are we doing spoilers? I don't care. I'll spoil this movie.
Yeah, go for it. I don't care.
There are other ghosts.
There's more than just in the house?
No. He like looks out the window, and there's another ghost who's same getup.
So does he ever talk again?
He talks to the ghost.
Oh,
but it's
okay.
subtitles. So they don't say anything, but they say stuff.
I kind of like that.
So like basically it's like he like looks over, sees the ghost sees him, they're like, "Hey."
Okay. Oh, that's
hey,
it.
How are you? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, me neither.
We're just ghosts.
And basically there's a scene where Rooney Mara comes back probably from like the funeral or something like that, or just running errands. It doesn't really matter. But she comes back and she finds that I guess like it's her landlord or her realtor brings her a pie and just like a sorry note, like well wishes. And she's like, "Oh, I made you this pie. Just, people make food for other people when tragedy strikes." And there's a 10-minute long scene of one shot of Rooney Mara sitting on the ground, eating the entire pie, and then throwing up in the bathroom. And that's the scene for 10 minutes.
All one shot.
All one shot.
Is it really? All one shot?
Yes.
Fantastic.
All one shot. And then time stuff starts happening.
It just starts happening.
Well, it's Rooney Mara leaves. She moves out because that's what they were arguing about before he died.
Okay.
She wanted to move. He did not want to move. And then a new family moves in, and he gets like mad, I guess, and starts throwing plates and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, ghost!" But it's literally just Casey Affleck in a bedsheet just picking up a plate and smashing it on the ground.
Fantastic.
And then they move out, and then this was where my gripes really started to happen. Because, like, that stuff's okay. Like, I'm like, okay, this is fine. Like, it's atmospheric. It's cool. But then another party moves in, and it's a group of hipsters who are, like, squatting there, and they have a big party. And then it pans through the party, and Casey Affleck's just, like, chilling. And it goes on this one guy who's spewing philosophy. And I don't know about you, but I hate when dudes at parties start talking about the meaning of life.
Yeah, but
and
that's
what all
you
this
with
means.
like The Return, like Twin Peaks.
Okay, but I'm not like time isn't real, man. Like we're gonna live and die. Like death will be.
You're more like
us.
You're more like David Lynch thinks time isn't real, man.
And that's cool.
That's cool. I don't agree with it, but
no, but like that's fine. He's like spewing like all this rhetoric, and
no,
I'm just
fair
like,
enough.
I'm just like, this
too.
is stupid, and then a person is like, no, that's stupid, and then he starts like getting really deep into why it's like real and stuff, and it's like a really long shot on him, and it's like framed beautifully. Then it pans over, and everyone in the party has stopped what they're doing to listen to this guy spew philosophy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hate it.
And I was like, oh my God, I was like, why doesn't Casey Affleck throw plates at this guy? It was like a nice family having Christmas on the other one. And like, so eventually they move out, and then weird time stuff starts happening where it like all of a sudden the house gets torn down, and then he's in a construction building, then he's on top of a skyscraper, then he's in the prairie and it's pilgrims. And then all of a sudden it's back to being in real life, and he's back in the house again, and Casey Affleck and Rooney Mara live there. And
he's alive?
No, he's a ghost and seeing himself.
Oh.
And before Rooney Mara left in the very first part, she like wrote down a secret or like something she wanted to tell her husband.
Oh no.
And put it in like the wall. And that's why he stayed there, because he wanted to try to get it out of the wall, but every time he like tried to get it out of the wall, someone else would show up and it would like distract him, and so time starts being weird to him where he like sees stuff and then it just goes away and it's like a new time. So eventually he takes out the piece of paper, reads it, and then the blanket just and that's the end of the movie.
Amazing.
Yeah, I really didn't like it.
It doesn't sound good.
No, I think I think it would be really cool as like a 20-minute short film.
Yeah, that ending is good. I
think it's like very emotional
for a better movie.
Yes.
You know.
But it just didn't hit me right, and then when the douchebag at the party started spewing his shit, I just checked out completely.
I think that's amazing.
And it well, some people say that what he says is correct, while some people think that what he says is refuted by the end of the movie, and I can't tell which it is.
All right. I feel like if I watched that, I would just space out during that scene, like completely.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be able to decipher.
The part that pissed me off the most was everyone stopped doing what they were doing, like dancing.
Oh yeah,
and the music was turned off to listen to a guy.
Ugh. No.
So yeah, I think I gave it like 1.5, 2 stars on Letterboxd, mostly just because it was beautiful.
Okay.
Like, it looked good.
It looked
obviously.
Good. I have no interest. I don't care how good it looks. I'm not in. I'm out.
All right. What about you?
Maybe The Outsider. It's not a movie, but I finished that recently.
Wait, the TV show?
Yeah.
Oh, I watched that as well. I hated it.
I know you did.
I didn't hate it. But like, it's bad.
I don't see. That's kind of why I wanted to bring it up, because I didn't hate it either, but it did take a horrendous nosedive. Like, first 5 episodes I thought were pretty decent.
Yeah.
And then the last 5 episodes get worse and worse and worse and worse. But I didn't.
Yes, I know. It nosedived.
But I'll tell you one thing is I loved the last half an hour of the last episode.
Oh, really?
I really, except for the last 5 minutes. Like when it showed Holly in like her hotel room, I didn't like that.
I didn't like Holly at all. At first, her introduction was cool, and then she just started doing stuff that made me pissed off.
I thought she was fine for the context of the show,
okay,
but I was familiar with the character already through a different show.
Right.
Which was Mr. Mercedes, where she's played by a completely different person.
Yes, and I've seen a couple episodes with you.
Yeah.
And it's good.
It's a very good show. It only gets better, and she's in it portrayed incredibly differently, and she is much more accurate to the book it's based off of than Holly Gibney in The Outsider is.
Yeah,
like she is fantastic in Mr. Mercedes, and they added so much that isn't there. like my mind is so weird that it's been studied by like psychologists all around the world.
Right.
And
you've read the book, right?
I haven't read The Outsider.
Okay.
I've read Mr. Mercedes, which is where she is introduced.
Okay.
And she's just an outcast, and there was nothing incredible about her mind. She's just smart and she's clever.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like she has no weird. She was just stuck at home, and her parents were overbearing. And there's a line in The Outsider that I was like, oh God, no, this isn't the character. where she's just like said that she lived with her mother until her mom died. And somebody's like, okay, so you took care of your mother? And she's like, no, she took care of me. Holly hates her mother. Holly's mother is really...
In the books?
In the books, yeah. Really overbearing. And in the Mr. Mercedes TV show. Really overbearing and just...
It's not played by the same actress.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Completely different. In the book, she is very chubby, and she's like 40.
Yeah, okay.
And like she's incredibly, it is a different character.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just a very poor portrayal, I think. And she's not bad for the sake of the show.
Right.
I just think that she's like not that character at all. Like for whatever they made her, she's fine. But I thought the wrap up to contain everything, to make sure that the right people got blame to some degree, and that the guy who's like started it all, Terry Maitland, I think his name was,
who was played by Jason Bateman,
who was great.
Yes,
he was fantastic.
And the episode, I think did he direct 2 episodes or did he just direct the first?
I think he directed 2 episodes. I know he was an executive producer on the whole thing.
Right.
Because
so those first 2 episodes are excellent.
They're the best parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are the absolute best parts of that show. And it left you with a good hook of where is this going to go. So good. And then he shows up in the last episode too.
Right.
Yeah, for a split second.
Mm-hmm.
But overall I'd give it like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's not I
don't know.
It wasn't, and I love Stephen King stuff. And apparently, because I like the ending in this, like I said, like I thought the ending of the second to last episode was great. I thought most of the episode was meh. Yeah. But when it gets to the point where the guy is on and spoilers.
I mean, yeah, we're spoiling this. This section is spoilers.
Yeah, it is. We should have said that previously. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I said spoilers for mine.
Did you?
You're fine, yeah.
Oh, fine. Good. I wanted to spoil people. But when that police officer is on that rock, and you see him shoot one person, and then it cuts to black, and you just hear 8 more shots. I thought that was a great ending to an episode.
Yeah.
Like, because you don't know what happened, and you know more people might have got hurt. You know at least one is. So you have no clue. And so I thought that was an awesome hook for the next episode, but most of that show was just not great. And like, the best parts, I thought, were Ben Mendelsohn at home.
Yeah.
Like with his wife.
Yeah, he's good.
And talking about...
his wife's good, too.
Yeah, she's apparently a scream queen from the 80s.
Oh, really?
She was in a bunch of like old horror movies.
Love that.
Yeah, and I thought they had great chemistry as a couple. I thought they really worked.
Yeah, they were really good.
And like the whole tragedy of him trying to get over the loss of his son. Like, I thought that all worked really well. Did they ever go into
depth on how he died? It was cancer, right?
It was cancer, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a big reason why he pursues Terry so hard. Is like he's trying to get out like whatever energy he has and like catharsis for his son. Yeah. But I didn't hate it. I'd still recommend it, I'd say.
Oh, really?
I'd say still give it a shot, cuz a lot of people loved it.
I know. I would not recommend it personally.
No, that's fair. I could completely
I'd recommend the first 2 episodes and then just
stop.
Just stop.
And then read the book.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I don't know.
I
haven't
read
it.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though, is like, I know somebody who has, and they said the ending of the book, it's like the whole book is great, and it's better than the show.
Obviously.
But the ending is apparently incredibly awkward.
Oh, in the book?
Yeah. Which made me even more interested. I want to know what that is.
He didn't give you details.
No, they just told me it was really awkward.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that made me really interested, and I think it's probably better. But I'm a huge Stephen King nut anyway, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What I say, I'd read anything he writes.
Right.
Yeah. So no, I'd recommend it at least especially now when you've got nothing to do
Yes.
and you can get
I
it
mean,
over
yeah,
with
it's like a
quick.
9-episode, 10-episode
10
series.
episodes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're into that sort of stuff, I'd also say go for it. But to me, it's a non-recommend.
If you're a Stephen King fan,
Yeah,
I'd say go for it. Yeah.
That about wraps us up. We don't really have any other topics.
Yeah. No, we've got nothing.
Do you want to think of anything, or do you think we should end it?
I think we're good here. I'm sure we'll figure out a better way to.
Sure. Yeah,
we're
about an hour 30. So
Yeah.
this is a good talk. Yeah. So tell me about what you're gonna do this week. Like, what are you planning on watching?
Okay, I'm gonna watch The Lobster.
Nice.
Absolutely, and tell you how much I hate it next week.
I hope you do.
I don't think I'm gonna like it. From everything I've seen and everything I've heard,
Don't watch a trailer.
I had when it came out, but I don't remember anything from it.
Yeah.
And I like most of the cast. I know
Yeah.
who's in it, John C. Reilly and things like that.
Because it becomes a different movie halfway through.
Oh, okay, does it?
Yeah, it like switches up stuff, and it's like, oh, and
Okay.
If you don't know what's coming, like I didn't know what was coming, and I was like, oh, this is cool.
Okay, yeah, I'll watch The Lobster, and independently of that, what I think I'm gonna watch Uncut Gems.
Yes.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh my god, I love that movie.
Yeah, a lot of people love that movie.
I've been sending people the picture of "This Is How I Win" and just quoting it all the time.
That's fantastic.
like our friend Zach, he posted us playing D&D, and on his Instagram story, and was like, when the party gets separated, Jake plays Beat Saber. and then I like screenshot it and posted it, and I put "This is how I win."
That's fantastic. No, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And no, although
Second favorite movie of 2019 for me.
was it? What
Yeah.
was it? Oh, your favorite was The Lighthouse. Right?
Lighthouse, yeah.
No,
And then third was probably Parasite.
Parasite. I love Parasite. Parasite
Yeah.
was great.
Parasite's so good.
But what about you? What are you gonna do?
I guess I'll probably watch Birds of Prey, honestly.
Okay.
From your recommendation, it sounds pretty good. Other than that, I am keeping up with my Half in the Bag series.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna finish up all the reviews, and then when I finish those, I'll probably start on the best of the worsts.
Those are fun. Yeah.
And then, other than that, I recently acquired the Xbox Games Pass just to play Red Dead 2, which
Nice.
I've already played, but I'm going to play it again because I
Great.
played it when it first came out.
I love that game so much. But I'm a huge Western fan.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
noticing everything, like all the references,
Yeah.
the reference to The Unforgiven, which I loved, where you had to follow around the guy and his biographer, and he told you about a bunch of people.
Oh,
that
yeah, I love that part.
yeah, that's great.
I
yeah.
did that after the story.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is you do it at the beginning, and then you have to wait a long time for it to actually finish.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me. Any other thoughts to provide?
Oh God, no. Just,
Okay.
oh, God.
Yeah, this has been our podcast,
The Nick.
The Jake
And the
the
Movies.
Movies. Thank you for listening. See ya.
That's a dumb name. I love it.